You're in luck, because you just found him.
Well, it is time to do my team of the season, right? I've seen a few people do this. And you've got the likes of Christian Adger in there. A guy who I don't think is that bad, but let's be real, this season Celtic have been shite. And I can make an argument for one other players to make it into this team. You know, that is the bottom line. But we're going to dive in. And some people could be surprised by this. Some people probably won't be surprised by this. But this is the Scottish Premiership team of the season. And we're going to dive in to the big man in nets. I don't even need to think about it, right? If I was to think of a second one, it would be Sander Clark. But I mean, I'd rather put McLaughlin in above half fucking reasons. But anyway, it's going to be Alan McGregor, right? It's Alan McGregor. No two ways about it. You can't even make an argument for anyone else. I'm sorry, you can't. So we move on. Now we've got right back, and that will be James Tavernier. No, I mean, his stats alone, it has to be him. I mean, he's fucking, I mean, for a right back in the stats this guy's getting. He's the captain, led Rangers to the invincible season, led them to 55, and this is the Scottish Premiership. You can't even factor in any of the Diddy Cups or, you know, shit like that. We're not factoring in Europe. I don't know why I said Diddy Cups, I'm not shitting on them, but yeah, we jobbed them it. But yeah, next up, I am going to put in Big Connor frickin' Goldson, and I feel like, yeah, he played every minute in an invincible campaign, only conceded 13 goals, it's a new record. Yeah, you know. Next up though, we're going with Christopher Adger. Are we my arse going for Christopher Adger? We are going with the big man, Philip Hollander. How can anyone actually put Adger in here? I rate Adger as a player, right? But this year, Celtic's weakness by far has been their defence. They've been pretty shit going forward as well. There has been games, don't get me wrong, where from a Celtic perspective, they have fucking, their attack's been as pointy as one of those pencils you get that aren't sharpened, and it's just the circle at the end of it. But yeah, how you can put Adger in ahead of Hollander, you need your fucking head looked at, right? And that's referring to Ryan 118. That's what that is. Fuck knows how he only put 5 Rangers team players in his team of the year. You know. Coming in at left back, I think you could argue is probably the hardest one so far. I am torn between Doidge and Barisic, but you know what? I'm going to put Barisic in because why the fuck not? You know, 5 Rangers players so far, but yeah, I mean, I don't think you can complain with it. That's just my personal opinion, and but yeah, well, I'll say you can't complain with it. In my opinion, you cannot put up much of an argument if this is your 5 players that you've put into your team of the year so far. You know, that's about it. So next up, we've got midfielders. Now, can you put in the light? Is Joe Aribo eligible for in here? Yeah, so that makes more sense. Because I was wondering, I might play Aribo on the right. Defenders? What the fuck's this all about? That's a weird wee tactic. You know, it definitely is. But I'm actually going to put in the first non-Rangers player, and that is Lewis Ferguson. I think Ferguson has been good. Talking a £2 million move to Watford. He's handed in a transfer request. Like, I wouldn't mind signing him, but as I said in that vid, if we were to aim, if we want to do some damage in the Champions League, I think we need to make, I'm not saying we couldn't with this team, I think we can definitely, but I think we need to be making some marquee signings this summer, you know? And I don't think signing Lewis Ferguson for $3 million, I don't know, maybe that's just me burying Aberdeen, but yeah. But you know what, he'd be a good player, but I think we need, like that guy we're linked with, who's like the future star, and he's from Herivenen, or where do you pronounce the name in Holland? Him. He looks good, you know, but that's the bottom line. Ferguson finds a spot in there. Next up though, we have got Scott Brown. No, we don't have Scott Brown. No fucking way do we have Scott Brown. Next up though, we have got Stephen Davis. And that's exactly what I'm going to go with. Stevie Davis there in the centre of that midfield. And yeah, I mean, phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. Like, a guy I do think people personally overrate, but this season he's been he's been unreal, you know. That's it. He broke that record as well. I know it wasn't the Premiership, but the all-time cap, British cap, so that was a good wee thing for him to break. Next up though, Like, people would maybe debate Turnbull, but I think he's overrated. Like, I wouldn't say he's had a great season. Like, I mean, I really wouldn't, you know? And up next, I'm going to go with Glenn Kamara. That's what I'm going to go with. Glenn Kamara in the centre beside Davis. I think he has petered out since that Slavia Prague thing, so maybe that's had an effect on him. It definitely probably could have, you know. But yeah, I'm putting him in my team. So far, we've got 8 players, 7 Rangers, 1 Aberdeen. Next up, we have got... this is left wing, innit? Left wing. And... where the fuck... You have to scroll all the way down. That's a joke. Ryan Kent. This guy... Every time he's on the pitch, man... Wait, can we scroll up, please? Why is it taking so fucking long just to scroll up? You know, every time this guy's on the pitch, people are taking 10 yards back. You know, he's phenomenal, man. I can't explain the guy's inclusion anymore, you know. And now we have got out in the right. I'm kind of torn between this. I want to put Aribo, but I think Boyle's had a good season. But then it would kind of be shafting Aribo. I don't know. I'll give Boyle the benefit of the doubt. You know what? We'll give Boyle the benefit. At the end of the day, it is my team. You know, my team of the year. I've been impressed by Boyle. You know, I think he'll be snapped up. I think his release clause is about 500,000. So there's that. And up front, obviously Edwards the top goal scorer, right? And normally I would go with the top goal scorer, but he's not had a good season. You know. He really hasn't. Like, he has scored the odd couple of good goals, like the nutmeg a couple of weeks ago, you know. But he's just... See with Edward, I think... people, you see Celtic fans complaining about, oh, this guy's irreplaceable, this, that. To me, Morelos is irreplaceable for us. See, like, his goals, yes, they've dried up compared to recent seasons for Morelos, but he's such an integral part of our team. His hold-up play... Like, sometimes the odd pass can just be like, well, what's he done now? But I mean, most of the time his passing is fucking on point with Morelos. And you know what? It's not Morelos' greatest season, but I'm putting the big man in there. I'm putting Alfredo Morelos in that team. And anyway, guys, that's my team of the year. I mean, you could argue for Doidge, you could argue for Turnbull. I could have put Aribo in. I could have put Edward in. But that's my team of the season. That's my fucking team. That's the bottom line. Till next time. Peace.